We already talked about that we don't like bugs.
That's very true. Yeah. Yeah, I mentioned this in the last episode or two. I've been on a kind of a dry spell since I got back from that conference in July from Philly. I just haven't been grabbed by anything. I even tried to fire up the Xbox today and play some things. I popped in Skyrim. I tried Battlefront. I tried even Dark Souls. I don't know. I'm in the tabletop zone. I want to play X-Wing and card games and Dark Souls board game and all that kind of stuff. I just don't really.
One of these days I'll get back into and play a round of X-Wing with you. I still have all my stuff.
You won't do that.
I've sold it. Sold it all.
Are you into any board games or miniatures games, Greedo?
No, man. There's like a lot of places around me that have like game nights, and I've always wanted to, but I've never done it. I've only played like D&D a couple times. I used to play a game called Talisman way back in the day.
Sounds familiar.
What's that?
Sounds familiar. What is it?
Yeah,
you're probably
like
thinking of the Stephen King book.
Yeah, it's just like an easy tabletop. It's pretty linear, but it was fun. Yeah.
Sometimes the simpler the better. Like some of these games that there's so much involved and so much that can happen. It's like I remember when we were playing the Lord of the Rings game, dude. We were forget like half the shit. Like
you can't remember all the rules. You gotta play the game
so
like
many rules.
10 times before you really know how to do it.
Like half the time it's like, oh, I forgot about intrigue. Like the entire game.
Yeah.
I could have won this, but I forgot. So yeah, there's
the qualifiers and modifiers and all that fun stuff.
It's almost like you need like a referee.
Degree.
A referee.
Well,
just to be like, you guys now, like next step, everybody needs to do this.
Yeah. You need a D&D umpire.
Especially if you're 3-4 beers deep, you're like, I love this game. Like, what's it called? Woo-hoo.
And who's playing Thrones without having a few beers?
Yep, exactly. You a Game of Thrones fan?
Yeah, I am. I like the first couple seasons a lot more than the newer seasons. I kind of feel like it's kind of lost its touch. It's kind of lost its fun to me. Everybody gets saved at the last second, and nobody's really. I don't know. It just doesn't feel like the same show to me anymore.
It's not as brutal.
Yeah,
the first two seasons, yeah. Oh, you like this character? You like him a lot? Fucking cut his head off. He doesn't exist anymore. How do you like that?
Yeah.
It's like
I missed that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do feel that about I've only watched the most recent season one time. Unlike all the other ones I've watched like 10 times each. But
and fantasy stuff, like, the first couple seasons were relatively like just medieval, right? Low key magic and shit like that.
Yep.
Which I like. I prefer that. And then you get the White Walkers, and it just gets more magical and it's like you can graph it. As the magic ramps up, my love for it kind of dies down. It's just I don't know.
I completely agree because the Arya storyline completely lost me. Even though I like her as a character, the 4,000 Fates God or whatever. What happened? What is his power? Yeah. Who is he? And what did she learn? And why am I watching this?
I think it's supposed to be vague. Which
I'm not saying I don't understand it.
I'm an apologist. I'm sorry.
I like a simpler, just a simpler time where it's
I
just
understand.
Swords, arrows, and just a little bit of magic.
Yeah.
And it doesn't need to be explained. But when you start shoving magic down my face,
but then
and
they didn't
nothing's
explain
explained, well,
you just said it didn't have to be explained.
Doesn't get my dick hard anymore. It's just it doesn't do it.
Nope.
Well, come on now.
I'll have to rewatch the last season before the new one comes out, and so we'll see. Maybe I'll agree with you.
I think it's season 6 is my favorite. Is that the one that it starts off with Cersei blowing the castle up, or blowing up the?
That's the last episode of.
That's the last one. Yeah,
season 6.
Season 6. Season 6 is I think my favorite.
Yeah,
but I do appreciate the first couple.
I still like 2 a lot.
Yeah.
Oh man, and it's amazing how well they build terrible characters, and I mean that in like the kings that you hate all of them,
like terrible human beings.
Yes, exactly.
Like Ramsay.
You want nothing more than Ramsay to get his dick cut off and tossed in a barrel of worms. Like I love this. I love it.
They kind of do the flip side of that too. Like you fucking hate Reek before he becomes Reek, and then you sympathize so much with Reek. What was his original name?
Theon.
That's right. Theon.
Greyjoy. Yeah. No, let's get into it a little bit. Let's start picking away at Star Wars because I feel like that's like type of character depth that is lacking in Star Wars. There's not like
it's based on time probably.
Well, no, because like the evil characters in Star Wars, especially the sequels, it's not like I hate them. It's not like I want like Snoke. I'm just trying to understand what his motives are. And Kylo, he's like, oh, he's kind of confused, which is cool and different. But there's not.
But there's no one that you like despise.
Yeah, there's not that person that's like, oh, fuck that character. Like, I think that's what they try to do with Hux, because he's just pissed off and yelling,
shouting at people.
But to be fair, like, I don't really hate Hux.
Yeah.
I know that he's a bad guy, but I don't hate him.
See, I mean, the original trilogy is kind of the same way. They're just kind of like military folks, and there's really no one that you hate. Vader? I mean, is he on par with somebody that you hate from like a Game of Thrones?
I would not Vader. I would say the Emperor.
The Emperor?
Because he's twisting everybody to his own will.
Yeah.
To his own needs and
desires.
Yeah. But yeah, that's probably the person I would say. Well, I don't know about the prequel trilogy. I don't think I would hate anybody.
Yeah, not really.
It's just kind of clear cut, and that's what it's. Star Wars is lacking that character that everybody.
What were we gonna
rallies
say?
Against, kind of just.
Yeah, I don't want to say common enemy, but like Ramsey. Everybody know. There's not one person who's just like, oh yeah, Ramsey's my favorite. No,
right?
No.
But I can easily say that I love the Empire and the dark side way more than the light side, and I'm not a maniacal psychopath.
Right?
Yeah.
It's almost because
probably because it's like adult. Maybe that's why. Maybe that's what we're not really getting. Like, you don't want a little kid to see Ramsey Bolton.
But Ramsey's based off of human emotion. Like, he grew up as a bastard. And he's been shit on his whole life, and then his dad basically said, "You're never gonna take this shit over." So it's like, I understand that you are a piece of shit. Like, I understand how you got to where you are.
Yeah.
And but his emotions, it makes sense. I would be pissed off too.
I'd be okay with it.
I don't know if I'm gonna be cutting ding dongs off and celebrating in the wind, but yeah,
feed people to your dogs.
But yeah, like. Chewbacca was a monster beast, and then he got saved, and then you start feeling like, oh, okay.
Yeah,
like,
and you get some super, super deep layers with someone like Kira.
Yeah.
Who's obviously not a good person, but is trying to do good things as it relates to Han, who she cares about, but is definitely a fucking criminal.
Yeah, she's not a good person. I would love a whole Kira backstory and love
I was just saying that I would have loved this to be a trilogy, almost just to explore kind of like them running around on Corellia, like an American Graffiti, just kind of like teenagers, shooting the shit and being idiots, and then becoming the smuggler that he is.
Did you hear about the possibility of a sequel?
I haven't heard the possibility.
Just
about
heard
it.
Rumors.
But you as a YouTuber that is into Star Wars, you should know all the rumors.
I don't fucking pay attention.
We know that you guys literally you live at Lucasfilm headquarters. You're getting all the inside information.
You create the rumors.
Oh man. No, I've heard people kind of speculate like if they turn this not necessarily into a Han Solo trilogy, but like a underworld criminal syndicate kind of thing.
I would prefer that, yeah.
And even if it's not like Solo 1, 2, and 3, if it's just similar characters intertwining, like that'd be really cool. Because everyone that I've talked to, I haven't heard someone say that they hate Solo. I haven't heard that yet.
That's just those fanboys that, everything else sucks, so I'm not going to even see it.
I've heard people say that they didn't go see it because... Somebody the other day, I didn't go see Solo because of Last Jedi.
It's a completely different movie.
Yeah.
Whoa!
Exactly.
Like, what are you doing with it?
I don't get it. I don't fucking get it, man. Yeah. I've tried to wrap my brain around that mentality. I've just given up. I've I don't know. I've kind of let go.
People have made up their minds before they even... saw the movie or even thought about it. They're like, well, The Last Jedi was kind of disappointing, so I'm done with everything, and everything from here on out has to be shit, because Kathleen Kennedy... here we go.
I don't like the things that people at Lucasfilm are saying, okay?
I don't understand.
Why would that dictate what you go watch? Who gives a fuck what somebody says outside of the films? Like, who gives a fuck?
Also, Lucas said throughout the entire production of all of his movies, like, he's doing it. That's the story that he wants to tell. He's doing it for himself. Like, he's not trying to listen to fans and like let them dictate his vision. But now all of a sudden, it's an issue.
It's also kind of weird, just the simple fact that The Last Jedi is like a traditional
the best movie of all time.
It's a traditional Star Wars film, and then you go to Han Solo, which is kind of it's a character film. It's not a large story, large universe film. It's just about this band of people,
which I love.
Yeah, and no, I love it. Shinobi's up in this bitch. Hello, Greedo, he says.
Oh, what's going on? Oh, nice. Okay, sorry.
One of our psychopaths is trying to shout you out right now. So
actually, probably don't respond to him. He might he might start following you and getting your numbers.
We do use Shinobi as a Wikipedia page for Star Wars because if we don't understand or don't know something, he's got it.
Yeah,
nice.
Zale's rolling up here too.
I really dig y'all's your overlay too. It's simple, clean.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Are you cool with your camera angle and how you look in that? You want me to adjust that at all?
100%. I love it.
Nice. Cool.
Great camera angle. Good lighting. I love it.
Got my Let That Shit Go Yoda t-shirt on.
I love it. So we started before this divergence with our beer review. We should talk about that just a little bit more. So
yeah, absolutely.
Greedo, as you know, you've listened to a few episodes. We always do a review on the show. So it's a 3-star thing. So 3 stars is like the best beer you've ever had, and 0 stars all the way at the bottom is like, please never talk about it. Don't think about it. Don't open it.
So we got we got like, it says Denali, Mosaic, Victoria's Secret, and Lactose.
This is the hot profile of our beer right now. It literally says Vic's Secret.
It's got it's bits of lingerie, so you know it's good. What the fuck is happening?
Bits of real panties in this beer.
God, don't say panties on the podcast. We just lost about 12 followers.
And gained
Panties.
6.
I'm gonna stop saying it. Okay, what is your thoughts on this?
I'm giving this a 3, actually, no doubt.
Oh,
it's good. It's real good.
Okay, I gotta sip on it again.
I still need to know what the milkshake moniker is.
The lactose.
Okay.
Okay. I guarantee you that's why.
I guess that makes sense.
It has. I'm assuming Denali, Mosaic, and Vic's Secret is types of hops.
Yes.
I don't know if lactose is a type of hop.
This is confusing the hell out of me.
We don't know what the fuck we're talking about.
Greedo, I know you said that was like one of your all-time favorite beers, so you're thinking like 3-star best ever?
Yeah, it's a 3. It's my go-to whenever I go to the brewery. Yeah. It's 1901. It's named after the Great Fire of Jacksonville that kind of ripped through the city.
Oh, damn.
Oh, shit.
So they have like
little bits of charcoal in the beer.
Yeah,
that's
dark and super roasty.
Ripes.
Yeah.
No, that's awesome. That's good. Yeah, after taking, it's so mental. It's always research. So mental. As soon as I read the word lactose, I tried to taste like a milk taste as I drank it.
You try to think like, why would it say milkshake if it doesn't taste like a milkshake? You try
ever
to think about
left-hand
it.
milk stout?
This is.
I don't think so.
Okay.
Who brews that? Is that Left Hand? Is that the name of the brewery?
Yeah, Left Hand. Yeah.
Left Hand. That's out of.
I've heard of it.
Colorado.
I think so.
Left Hand Brewing's out of, I think, Denver.
Yep, Colorado. Yep.
Yeah, I know.
I'll trust you next time.
It's all right. I make half of my shit up, so it doesn't matter.
So here, that's what it says on this website. The new entry into the IPA family is a milkshake IPA, which is brewed with lactose for a full body. So lactose is like part of dairy, right? Like the protein in dairy? Is that what it is?
That's a great question, isn't it?
Huh.
We'll ask Shinobi. He knows everything.
Shinobi, all right, Greedo, Shinobi says that you are his favorite anti-Mike Zero YouTuber.
That's a good compliment, man. You guys know Mike Zero?
I know of him. I haven't actually glorified his videos by watching them, but I know of him.
To tell you the truth, this is the first time I have ever said Mike Zero on anything on the channel.
I knew we were going to have a groundbreaking moment today. I knew it.
My pants are coming off. This is great.
That's where we are.
Everybody always says, "Are you talking about Mike Zero? Are you talking about Mike Zero?" And I'm like, I don't want to be specific. I want to be vague. Everybody thinks I'm talking about everybody else, but sometimes I am talking about Mike.
So what's the deal with that? I don't even know who Mike Zero is.
He's a YouTuber who is responsible for a lot of like rumors and clickbait. You'd have to watch some of his videos to.
Is he like spreading the Star Wars hate, or what's going on?
A little bit of that, not so much that, but he'll like read something on 4chan and then post a screenshot of what's posted and say he has like a super secret inside source, and then he'll pump out all these theories, and then like legitimate news organizations pick up his videos and say like, this is the new rumor. Is this really happening? Here's some leaked information. It's like it's fucking weird, man. And I don't get it. He's batting zero, since Disney bought Star Wars with all the leaked information, and people still watch him. I don't understand.
Yeah.
I just don't get it. I don't get it.
Yeah.
I think that's a reason why I really didn't watch any Star Wars YouTubers, because if I looked it up, that besides your channel, that's what I saw is stuff like Mike Zero.
Sure, yeah.
And like why Last Jedi is the absolute worst movie ever.
10 reasons why.
Guaranteed, facts proven, no opinion.
Yeah.
Like
Kathleen Kennedy to be fired in a month. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Like,
they've been saying that since Force Awakens came out.
Yeah.
So obviously Mike Zero, episode 162.
Yeah, we gotta have a comeback. We gotta start an Eminem MGK battle between.
Yeah, we're gonna get you guys.
This is awesome.
Oh man,
how weird! How weird.
Yeah, I mean, people make a living off that. It's strange.
People hate spreads easily. Like if you start talking shit about something, people will jump on board with that quicker than supporting something.
Yeah, it's weird.
Oh yeah.
Like it sucks. Does it suck? I don't know. Well, now I hate it.
I think it does.
Great. I think it does. I've never seen it before, but it sucks. I heard about it.
I heard about it sucking.
Christ.
Yeah, people milk that shit, man. It's pretty crazy.
It's funny to think that. Let's talk about a hateful fanboy. Watches The Last Jedi, hates it. Yeah, everybody raised their hands up, and then they probably watch more YouTube videos about people hating it than the length of the actual movie.
Guaranteed.
Like it's probably 4 or 5 straight hours.
Some of those videos are an hour long.
Oh yeah.
And the problem is, you type in Last Jedi on YouTube, you watch one fun video, your entire feed is like, how about this video? Last Jedi terrible. Right. Kathleen Kennedy fired. Yes. Ryan Johnson dead. Like,
Ryan Johnson.
Like, that's all that comes up on your feed
Ryan
after
Johnson,
that.
confirmed globalist. Ryan Johnson.
right.
This is hilarious. Yeah,
it is. Yeah, it is like Alex Jonesy. That's why, like, I have a lot of parody videos that are kind of like Alex Jones, but exactly how these YouTubers say this shit.
Turning the pork's gay. Oh my god, can't stand it. I hate this.
It's weird, man. Like,
that's a great parody.
And then they call me and other YouTubers out who try to be as just straightforward and honest as we can for just doing it for the money. I upload like twice a week. And they upload every day, like Kathleen Kennedy sucks and Star Wars is dead, like every single day. And I'm like, what?
Who wakes up and wants to be like, oh, I haven't watched a hateful Kathleen Kennedy video in about 25 hours.
What kind of mindset do you have to be in to do that every day?
It's so well. I mean, money, man. It's the new sex. It sells.
What if they know Kathleen Kennedy personally? Like, she's a great woman, but I'm getting fucking paid right now.
I'm getting paid. She comes over for Thanksgiving. Her stuffing's great.
The Disney Shill membership doesn't pay quite as much as the clickbait ad revenue membership does.
But you gotta just as a viewer recognize that clickbait stuff pretty quickly. Hopefully. As soon as I open up a video, you click on it in the first 10 seconds, I know what I'm watching.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't even need to watch the rest of it. Just like The Last Jedi, I watched the first 10 minutes, knew it sucked.
Indeed.
So let's get into that. So the sequels, what is your overall, well, let's just say Disney. How good is Disney doing?
No, I really enjoy what they've done so far. I kind of like the direction they've taken. To tell you the truth, the anthology films haven't done much for me, and they're on the lower end of my list of favorite Star Wars movies. I've really enjoyed the sequel films, though. Really enjoyed them.
Really? You don't like Rogue One?
No, Rogue One is right above Attack of the Clones for me. Right up, and Attack of the Clones is below.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I like hearing that, though, because pretty much, so I've had conversations and with Star Wars fans, and if the conversation starts off like, I'm an original trilogy fan, I don't like the prequels. It's like, okay, I know where this is going. You loved Rogue One, didn't you? Best Star Wars movie ever. Yeah. Because there's a bunch of original trilogy stuff, wasn't it? So that's interesting to hear that, like, you don't find it as, high up as the other ones. That's cool.
Yeah.
I still love
I'm not a big fan of the prequels either, but
I know. I cried.
Yeah,
I watched a video and cried.
It's
well, those are old videos probably, but
I still cried.
It's interesting. You gotta your expectations have to be
0.
Well,
with an H.
I wonder what expectations people have when we talked about this. Well, as they walk into an original trilogy film, a prequel film, because I feel like there's already biased opinions. They're walking in, and I've heard that the prequels suck, so I'm going in expecting it to suck.
Right.
And if there's one thing that goes wrong that I don't like, the entire it's all shit.
Yes.
Right.
But I don't know. I thought there wasn't really one thing in Solo that I was like, oh my god, why did they do that? Now I could say that about every original trilogy film. Why did you do that? What the hell is a Jawa? It's a fucking 2 flashlight and a bathrobe.
I like the Jawas.
They're shit.
Pick a different thing to shit on. I like the Jawas.
I prefer porgs over Jawas. I do. Dude.
That's fine. That's fine.
Yeah, I know it's fine. No, but that's, it's interesting to see like people's mindsets before and after. Like going into the expectations. I didn't, like when we saw The Last Jedi for the first time.
Expectation was 1,000%.
Oh, yeah. And then we came out of it and we're like, what the fuck was that?
I don't know if I can get behind this.
Almost in a bad way. Like, we came out like, there was so much that happened.
Yeah.
So many risks taken that we came out the first time. We're like, I don't even know what to think. Snoke's dead.
And then we saw
What
it.
happened?
And then we saw it 12 hours later, and we are like, "Oh, okay, that's fucking legit."
Oh, there's a lot of stuff that happens. It's an up and down. Like as a storytelling thing, I'd like to get Drew Karpyshyn back on.
Again?
Never mind.
3 times is too
3
much.
times
man.
is too much.
Greedo, first initial thoughts out of the theater after Last Jedi.
My very first thought was I would like to see a trimmed down like fan cut of it. You know what I mean?
It's interesting that you say. So what would you cut out? Canto Bite?
Yeah, I mean that's kind of cliche, right? But yeah, to tell you the truth, or change something up with that, you know.
I don't know. The other part that I might trim quite a bit is the Rey and Luke back and forth. Him just like him milking that cow thing, the sea whale cow.
Mm-hmm.
Like I don't need to see that. Like regardless,
He's
of how
a farmer. Don't you understand that he's a farmer?
Regardless,
this is what farmers do. He's a farmer.
He's not farming.
I didn't
he's
have a
sucking
problem
a
with
tit.
that at all. He just kind of like walks over, milk the thing, looks over at Rey and says, you know, or thinks like, get the fuck out of my get out of here, get the fuck out of here. Gives her a little shit-eating grin. I didn't mind it at all.
The reason that it happened is great. It felt like the cinematography, but so much focus on the nipple of that sea whale's tit.
Well, that's where he was
couldn't
going.
Handle it. It was like it was mature. It was like so mature.
Maybe Sideshow Collectibles will start selling sea cow milk nipple.
We should start.
Put on your desk.
We should start like, or we should do like a collaboration with a local brewery, like we've done, but have it like Star Wars sea cow milk, or
green thalasiren milk.
Yeah,
Let's do it. I'm in.
A dugong
Milkshake IPA.
Dugong lactose.
So your ideal fan cut would be eliminating specifically what?
I mean, I wouldn't want to do it. I wouldn't want somebody to do it for me. But yeah, I mean, Canto Bite, that whole side plot didn't really do much for me. Long run time. Honestly, I would like to see more of Luke and Rey. That whole dynamic. Every time we we got interesting, we'd cut to like Finn and Rose running around, which I like those characters, but I don't know. To tell you the truth, after multiple watchings, the things that I didn't like about the film kind of subdued quite a bit. And I think that, that's kind of expected, but I don't know.
I think that's a fair point. Like upon the first viewing, they're very blatant, but after you watch it again, it's like, that's not important. That's not what we're here for.
After the shock factor is gone, you can kind of absorb it a lot better. That's interesting that you say that, because I think it was a swing and a miss with a lot of the back and forth between Luke and Rey for me, because I felt like they were trying to get to a certain awkwardness and tension, and Luke's not quite who he should be and or what she expects him to be.
Yeah.
But like the interactions between them, like my blaster went off, like and then she fucks up the cart with the nuns, and like thought about light side, dark side, equal balance. The fact that you think the Jedi own the light side's like fake, like that doesn't mean anything.
Yeah, he dropped some
bullshit.
knowledge.
I do like when you get to that. But it took 20 minutes of him fishing and jerking off in his hut and stuff. And I was like, dude, I don't need to see this. Just get to that. We're going back and forth. We're going back and forth between Canto Bite and him sucking whale tits.
No, but if you jump right to that part, it doesn't have as much impact.
I don't know.
That's what storytelling is.
I don't read stories. I watch them. So no, I still have a lot. I still have a lot of issues. I really do have still a lot of issues with
guess
Flash
what?
Jedi. But I still
I have
love
a lot of issues with all the Star Wars movies because they're Star Wars movies.
I don't know what that meant. We got a lot of people here in live chat. Welcome.
Max and Sean, thanks for hanging out. Sean says, the same people who are pissed about Disney doing Star Wars right now would be very pissed if they stopped making Star Wars movies at all.
Well, didn't you guys hear the rumor that Star Wars or Disney's going to be slowing down?
Greedo, what do your sources, your extra sources at Lucasfilm say about Bob Iger's statement?
They say they're firing everyone and cleaning house and hiring you guys to write everything.
Yes! We're in a new era right now.
They said they've watched so many YouTubers and they are great storytellers and they're going to hire them.
That's awesome that they recognize that. Every girl in Star Wars universe has to wear yoga pants because that's how it is. That's my vision. All right.
I was wondering if they would actually like recognize us and give us, what we deserve. But I'm glad they finally.
Congratulations, guys!
I finally felt enough pressure to do it. Okay,
right, we are opening up our second beer that Tavor has sent us,
and I'm trying to.
You got to work it back and forth.
I thought you never opened champagne before, you fuck.
So we have a corked beer here, kind of like a champagne bottle.
Nice.
It's not that nice. It's kind of a bitch to open.
Wait, we didn't explain what the rumor was.
The rumor was that Star Wars is going to be slowing down producing films, and they said quite possibly they're going to be doing less than one a year now in the future. So maybe after episode 9,
yes,
that it might be like once every 2 years. First of all, I don't think it's gonna hurt or help. I take that back. I think it might help actually. One, there's a lot more build up.
We're also about to have more than just a movie.
Well, and you get more time to produce the movie. You're not time constrained. Like they have unlimited money, but you only have a specific amount of time when you have to put out one a year. That's a weird. I don't know why they released Solo and.
That's a bad idea.
Yeah, that was. I think that was. Well, the Bob Iger's quote in that interview kind of like he sounded remorseful. It kind of sounded like he regretted the decision to put out Solo in May.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like Solo came out in December would be a 100% different issue.
Yeah. Do you guys care about box office shit? I've like never once.
No.
It's not like my money's tied up into it. I don't give a fuck,
Yeah, it's annoying that was like the big thing that people kept harping on.
And from a historical, standpoint, it's kind of interesting to, just kind of look at it. But yeah, I don't give a shit. See, Avatar's the biggest movie ever. I don't give a fuck. I didn't like Avatar that much.
I know exactly.
It's hard because that's one way. Like movies are made. Unfortunately, to make money. They're not there. Yeah. Like 99% of them, they're there to make money, not to expand a genre or push the boundaries or be art. Yeah. Which it is.
Right.
Unfortunately, but
it's art that makes fucking cash.
It is.
Yeah.
So it's kind of a catch 94 docking bay.
I remember that one.
I laugh my own shit.
Catch 66.
catch Okay. Oh my god.
That's enough of that.
But it is. It's unfortunate. Like some of the classic I don't want to call them underground. What's the word?
Cult
classics that didn't hit in the box office, but everybody loves.
The Room. Guaranteed.
Come on.
Star Wars.
Star Wars.
Sorry.
Yeah. Yeah, that's interesting.
But they can't do that now, though.
What do you mean?
Like Star Wars can't do that.
They can't do what?
They can't quietly release a movie randomly and it becomes a cult hit. That doesn't exist for that franchise anymore.
You know what would be great is if they quietly released a movie that was no one talked about. No one knew anything. It was like a surprise movie.
If I was a content director at Lucasfilm, I would do that.
Could you imagine that?
That's a cool idea.
I was actually thinking about that on the way over here. Like them just don't say a word. All of a sudden this new KOTOR fucking thing just comes out on YouTube. They don't say it, they don't promote it, and then gradually it blows up.
Yep.
Just like happened before with albums, I think. But other than that, I can't really think of a specific thing that's...
Yeah. Eminem just came out with an album no one knew anything about. He dropped it like a week ago.
No shit.
Hey guys, here you go.
Yeah, Kamikaze. There was no press release, no nothing. Just one day it was available on iTunes. And everyone's like, what happened?
Yeah, man. Fuck. That's a good template. Kathleen, if you're listening, and I know you are because you love our podcast, model that for your next thing.
It's an idea, especially with something like the standalone movies. There's no there's no conspiracy theories. Well, I'm not gonna say no, but there's not as much. Like the sequels,
make one up
the
right now.
trilogy movies. That's what they're there for. The theories and who is this guy and where's she from and all this stuff. The Han Solo movie, who's in it?
It's very.
We know all the people that you've cast are not gonna die.
Right.
Well, that's not necessarily true.
Chewbacca
And Han.
and
Everybody else you don't know.
Lando.
That's true. Yeah. Sorry. But everybody else you don't know.
Well, everybody else did kind of die.
That's the beauty to me of Rogue One and Solo about people that necessarily were like. I heard criticism that's like, oh, I know they're all gonna live.
Get Tommy Wiseau. Is that how you spell? Wiseau
To direct a Star Wars movie. That'd be fine.
Oh my god.
So beautiful.
Well, I mean, yeah, it would be kind of cool if they started doing like little lower budget things. I don't know. Not every movie needs to be like $200 million.
No, I completely agree.
Character study about Obi-Wan Kenobi on Tatooine, just like Castaway in the desert. You know, just something small and interesting.
You know what would be cool is if they did kind of a submit your fan film. No, like it could be like an idea where. Well, this is how I picture...
That would be shut down in 30 seconds. Because they're going to get 3 of them. And it's going to be like, oh, the Leia should come back in the bikini.
Not the fact that... Not that they're actually submitting film. I'm saying, like, submit your idea of a story.
I know, that's what I mean.
Yeah.
Everybody's naked.
I was going to say, it's all Twilight
Grievous
Jedi.
Is just a big, General Grievous is just a big fleshlight.
And it's all naked Twilight Jedi.
Fucked up.
You are a bold one. It's just got 4 arms that are all flashlights.
Oh, swinging around dildos.
Jesus. This has gone off the rails once again.
Before we continue, let's just crack open this second beer.
So I'm
Cheers
super
it
excited
and sip on it.
Cheers it. I want to talk
and
about
Greedo,
that.
you have another beer too, right?
No,
he spilled it.
Oh yeah, you spilt the one. I remember that. Spilt.
It's spilled. Spilled. Okay, Mopar.
Bro, listen, you say the just of it every day. I don't want to talk about grammar with you.
The most of it. It's spilled. You spilled it, not spilt. That's like, well, okay, I'll give you this. I think learnt is a actual.
It's the past tense of spill, bitch.
Not spilled. I spilled this all over me. You would say I spilt it.
It has a different tense.
How hammered?
Not enough.
Oh my God, we got Tim Fluffybeard. What happened?
Oh yeah, he was just over here. Yeah, all right. Well, sorry, you drink it. Sorry.
Oh. So I'm really excited for this beer, even though oh my God, it's a sour Alaskan beer with blueberries.
Nice.
Oh, that's good.
It's Anchorage Brewing Company. See, first of all, I'm a huge Alaska fan. That's one spot that quite possibly we're going for our honeymoon.
Nice.
We're doing like ice sculpture, underwater glacier sex. That's on the books. You never heard about that?
I did not see that in the travel guide for Alaska. I'm sorry.
Travel guide. That's the second link. You got to go to Google.
Wait, I got to write this down.
Alaskan sex parties. .com/ Come on now. So this is Anchorage Brewing Company, The Experiment. Sour beer with wild Alaskan blueberries. It's got a couple aliens on it. Oop, like scientifically fucking around a beer here. Oh, they're looks like they're cutting up a hop.
They're experimenting. That's the name of the beer.
This is a super interesting beer, and it's 7%. Ale fermented in oak tank with mixed culture.
It says Area 49. Wasn't Alaska the 49th state?
Yeah.
Easter egg!
Nice.
Easter egg! I should make a YouTube video about this.
I understand. Wow. If people haven't shut the show off yet.
No, actually, this is really good.
God, I can't wrap my...
You guys, I'm a big fan of sours. I love a good, there's a cucumber sour that I really like around here.
Ooh, that sounds interesting.
Whoa,
I've gradually been warming up to them. My first one was like, okay, it just tastes like salt and vinegar chips liquefied. But I've been gradually getting way, way, way more into them.
It's the one beer because it's so salty, whenever I think about how it tastes, my mouth starts to water. I don't know how to describe it, just because it's so salty, I don't know, those sour beers. Salty.
and then it makes your mouth salty, and then you want to keep drinking more. Yeah. And then it's an endless loop.
Is that how it works?
Of getting hammered on sour beers.
Yeah, it's something that so even more so with a sour than an IPA, because IPAs are a one that you have to taste over and over to really get a taste for. Try over and over to get a taste for it. Because I feel like not too many people grab an IPA for the first time, drinking like, oh, this is great. Because it's an acquired taste. Sour is even more so.
I agree.
You think so?
If you have the wrong of a particular, most beer types, but pilsners are a little different. They're more easily accessible. But
my family, like my parents and stuff like that, they don't drink beer. My mom drinks wine, and she's tried some of my sours, and she's liked them. And she says it kind of tastes like wine to her. Some of them,
a little bit, yeah.
Yeah,
Mopar is not having this one.
No, I can't do the sours. I don't know what it is.
Huh.
I don't know what it is. I want to like them.
Should be ashamed of yourself.
I am. This podcast sucks. 0 out of 3. I'm ashamed. I will say the bottle looks like it was made in a fucking...
I was going to say you picked this one, and now you're not even drinking it.
Star Forge in Dragon's Reach. Is that what it's called?
Nope.
What's the forge by Jorvaskr in Skyrim? It's got a special name.
The Skyforge.
Skyforge. I saw.
Right?
I said Starforge from KOTOR.
I know.
So
I was waiting for you to throw Malik in the mix. So like, what the hell is happening?
So did you grow up with KOTOR, Knights of the Old Republic?
Yeah, I played a little bit of them. I was never that into them. For whatever reason, man, like I didn't play that many.
It's almost impossible.
Battlefront 2, I haven't played for a while, but I'm a fan of it. I'll play it.
It's just kind of a fun, mindless shooter. I don't know.
Yeah, and that's the issue with it.
Yeah, that's a good thing about it, and the issue with it. Yeah,
100%. Like I've always been bummed out that there's no server browser, because like my dream is to host a HELLOGREEDO Battlefront 2 server browser, or server, modify it a little bit.
Their matchmaking, their servers, it's
all so great, dude.
It's all bad.
Yeah,
they really missed a lot on that. We've talked about it before, but outside of that. Man, what was the last Star Wars game that wasn't Battlefront 2?
Or Battlefront, or the original Battlefront 2.
Star Wars Unleashed.
KOTOR 1 and 2.
Force Unleashed.
Number name loves KOTOR.
KOTOR is awesome.
Lego games, if you count those.
I haven't played those, though. The last Star Wars game that I played that wasn't Battlefront or KOTOR.
Pod Racer?
Probably. N64 Pod Racer, 2 years ago, randomly.
Yeah.
That's probably it, I guess.
You know what's weird is...
That's sad.
We've had 2 sequel films come out.
And 2 other films.
And, so 4 films total, and we don't have a video game for any of them.
It's fucking weird, man. Yeah. I don't get it. When EA acquired the license, I thought they would milk the shit out of it. And it's been calm and quiet. I don't get it.
They're just dropping the ball. I think it's the same thing where people get wrapped up into... Well, like we were talking about with the films, you don't need $200 million to make a good film. Just be creative and tell a great story and have decent characters. It's the same thing with the game. I don't care if it looks terrible. If it's fun to play, that's why the stuff like Fortnite and Overwatch, it's simple, but it's fun. Yeah. It doesn't need to look fucking spectacular. You don't need to go all the way out in the snow and record some crazy stupid shit.
And fucking motion capture the ATST model from Endor.
Exactly. That's cool that you did that. But I look at it, that looks cool, and then I'm done with it, and the rest of the game sucks.
And then I can't play the game. So that's beautiful, but great.
So and Battlefront 2 is a beautiful game, but they missed out on a lot. They're missing out on a lot. Like the episode 3 video game for, I think it's the original Xbox.
Yeah.
Dude, that was a legit game. All you did was play through, the movie.
And there was story in there. I think you could do an alternate version. Where Anakin wins on Mustafar. Yeah.
Dude, why are we not getting, it could be a small budget thing. You could make an original Xbox style game. It could be that graphic.
Yeah, I've been talking about I want some independent developers to get in the mix. I wish Disney would kind of give them some rights to make stuff, because to me that's where the ingenuity is. Every big studio is making a Battlefront game, right? I mean, that style game, Call of Duty, Battlefield, Battlefront, all that same shit. Just how about an RTS game? I can't imagine that they're that hard to make, real-time strategy games for an independent developer. I don't know.
That was probably the last game that I played was Empire at War.
Oh, yeah.
I used to play that game. I loved the space battles. Loved them.
Yeah. I do remember that game fondly. I haven't played it in a while, though. Star Wars-wise, I have seen a lot of ads and everything for the mobile games that EA has. Ugh. So I wonder if they're just putting way more focus on those. But you were saying that you were playing that one. It's like every character's in there. Every character from KOTOR. The Sith soldier from KOTOR, Bastila, Revan, Malak, everybody.
Nihilus was in it.
Is that Galaxy of Heroes? Is that what it's called?
It was just Heroes. Oh, maybe you're right. Galaxy of Heroes. Yeah. You're right.
Is that like a turn-based kind of fighting game? I've never played it.
It was...
You said it was like Final Fantasy kind of, right? Like you pick your attacks and then, they're like turn-based.
Okay.
That's what you said, right? I never played it. Talk. What are you saying?
I don't remember. That's how good the game was. No, that is how it was. And basically, you would come up, you would pick your team of 4, and each person had, well, especially the big heroes. Most of the Jedi have specific bonuses with the rest of the team.
Right.
So, like Commander Cody, if you team him up with more clones, they all get defensive bonus or something crazy. So, like, if you had a full team, you would just wreck. And they all had different things. Like, if you had a full team of Sith, they did a lot of damage, which makes a lot of sense. If you had a full team of Jedi, they heal each other throughout the match.
Defense,
so it's so hard to kill them because they are constantly healing. So it was a cool game. It's simple to the point, mobile, but it really got watered down because you can only do so many you can do only so many battles a day without paying.
Oh, great. Yeah.
I hate
so basically, you're just like, you get 20 things today, and that's all you get.
Yeah.
Right.
So, or where's the $50, bitch? Like this. Right. You want more points? Oh, man. So it's, that's frustrating. That's not a full game. That's just cool to have a couple characters, and I could be Ahsoka and Maul.
If you guys could have one type of Star Wars game
RTS
come out tomorrow. Yeah, RTS.
Another RPG for me. Another KOTOR style. Skyrim
Yeah.
and KOTOR, but I love the turn-based, the dice rolling aspect of KOTOR. But if it was in an open world setting like Skyrim, where you could literally walk out the door, get on your fucking spaceship, go to a different system, get out the spaceport, and explore everything that was around you.
That's what I'm hoping for, man. I've always said that I want a Skyrim or a Skyrim style Star Wars game in the Star Wars universe.
They should just do a Mass Effect, Star Wars Mass Effect.
Yeah.
That would work.
Come on!
Make the shit. Maybe Jedi Fallen Order is going to be like that. We'll see.
Maybe not.
So there was an article on Star Wars Newsnet. Who knows if this is news or if it's just rehashing the original announcement. But apparently it's supposed to be a successor in spirit to The Force Unleashed.
Okay.
But not as intense as, your character can yank a Star Destroyer out of the sky.
Why not?
Okay.
And beat Vader and Palpatine, because that makes sense. So it's supposed to be similar in style, but the Jedi themselves are a little more toned down.
The Force Unleashed book I talked about 400 episodes ago, but
it was terrible.
It actually wasn't bad, but
I'm gonna go back to the archives.
Wow, he was overpowered.
Yeah.
He basically took down Vader and the Emperor single-handedly.
So dumb.
In the same room. It wasn't even like he picked Vader off and then it was like they're both trying to kill you, and he's like, it was written in the story that I win, so yahoo!
That's why Drew originally said he did not want to write a Revan novel, because it was from a video game, and you can't really do that.
You know what would be interesting is if they were able to mesh an RPG and an RTS. Somehow, some way. Like, you build your character, you do certain things, you make certain decisions, and then you get into these battles, and you have to use your character in a certain way.
Kind of cool. Yeah, the micro world and then the macro world would be kind of neat. Yeah, that'd be kind of neat
if they meshed it.
Yeah, I'd love seeing the opportunity to do trying to get into a planet and you have to fight off some ships on the way, and then you land and then you get out of your ship and then you're on foot.
You guys ever play Elite Dangerous?
Never heard of it.
No.
Or like No Man's Sky?
I've heard of that, and I've heard good things.
That. I heard the launch wasn't great, but they're re-releasing it or something.
Yeah. But Elite Dangerous, I'll just give a brief thing. It's basically a simulation of the Milky Way galaxy, and there are 200 billion star systems that you can explore, and it's a huge server. And as actual human players explore more of the Milky Way, outposts are set up, and you can travel to these outposts. I would love a Star Wars galaxy game like that.
It's such a no-brainer.
Exploration. I don't know.
Yeah, it's such a no-brainer that like that's what the whole thing's based on.
Yeah,
different star systems.
Make it. I don't know.
Ian says RPG plus RTS already exists. It's called Spellforce. Is that a game or is that a style of game? Is Spellforce? I'm confused. I'm asking questions.
I assume it's a game.
Spellforce. I'm gonna have to look it up. But I need Spellforce with lightsabers. That's all I need. That's all I need.
Laser swords.
Laser sword. You can't kill a Jedi 20 minutes later. Oh shit. So I'm listening to the audiobook of The Force Awakens. First of all, I enjoy it, but man, shit's drawn out.
Drawn out in the book?
Oh yeah.
And then cut for the movie?
Yeah. It's really drawn out.
Yeah.
Like even like the sit down in Maz's castle with Han. I see the same eyes in different people, blah, blah, blah. It's like, dude, it's a half hour of sitting there talking to each other. I'm like,
I kind of like that, though.
But it's cool when they add stuff. So what they added in the book, which was a deleted scene, was Rey gets confronted by Unkar Plutt in Maz's castle.
Right.
She tries to shoot him in the face. She takes Han's blaster that he gave her.
Yeah.
Clicks it and tries to shoot like he's getting in her face talking mad shit, and she brings out her blaster and clicks it. She didn't realize there was a safety on it. He grabs it and it was just like, there's a safety, ha ha ha, and then Chewbacca beats the shit out of him, rips his arm off.
That's why in the forest later she's like, oh fuck, the safety.
Does she really?
Yeah, because she tried to shoot Kylo and it or the stormtroopers and it clicks. She's like, oh, safety. Damn. And then she shoots again.
I never noticed that.
Yeah.
Fuck, that's so weird.
Yeah, that's
also,
awesome.
let's talk about how brutal Rey is. She's about to kill a guy point blank in the face.
Straight. He said something about
Mary Sue. The fact that she even had a gun.
Mary Sue.
The fact that she even had a blaster.
Why is she clothed? This sucks. No, that's yeah. It brings a brutality that Star Wars needs. While I completely understand why they got rid of that scene, because him ripping off arms is not necessary. Why does every bar that we walk into someone loses a limb?
Right.
Like, why? And the fact that, so in the audiobook, it mentions Chewbacca rips his arm off and it like tosses over his shoulder or some shit, and it lands on a poker table, and the people at the poker table like push it off and then continue playing. That's awesome.
It's a bunch of savages in that bar.
Yeah, it's a bunch of savages. And then what was the other one? Oh, her dream sequence when she touches the lightsaber. There's a lot more in that.
Oh, I believe that, yeah.
It's interesting that she sees a bunch of stuff. She goes through and it's tumbling. She's Bespin and that fight. They also mentioned there's a dry grassland and she sees a lightsaber come down hard. And I'm thinking, because a lot of these other scenes are parts of the movies.
Right.
And I was like, when is there a grassland with a lightsaber battle?
There's not.
Huh.
Yeah, I was really confused. I was trying to piece something together, and it mentions that, and I was weird. And then the other thing was, she hears her mother talking to her, the same way that.
You mean Mara Jade?
Ooh. The same way that Poe says, "I'll come back for you" to BB-8. She sees that, and then she hears, "I'll come back for you, sweetheart," from her mom.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what? Why didn't they put that in the movie?
They were trying to come back. They got killed on the way, maybe.
That just makes me think that Rey does have prominent parents. And that Kylo is lying.
Yeah, what do you think about the parent thing?
I loved it, man. From The Force Awakens to The Last Jedi, I was saying, I hope her parents are nobody. I hope this is just, I don't like the idea of the Force being kind of like a bloodline thing. And I get, I get that that's been a thing in Star Wars before, but I don't know. I like the idea of some nobody having this power.
Well, there is a nobody. He sweeps the horse shit in Canto Bight.
Right.
Yeah.
Maybe that's where he gets his power.
I think that was a little self-insert for Mr. Ryan Johnson there.
Yeah, that was him as a kid.
I was a kid once, and I played with lightsaber.
I used a broom as a lightsaber.
Yep. Get it? I get it.
Anyone can be a Jedi. Do you understand?
Do you understand? Sometimes, so I don't want to shit on the movie because I enjoy it.
You should. It's
but
funny.
there is a lot of stuff in there that's like we get it.
Mm-hmm. Like, thanks,
in The Last Jedi,
thanks, Ryan.
Like why does it have to be right fucking there? Like
just in case.
Let us figure stuff
just like
out.
the prequels. Ray shields.
Ray shields.
Oh shit! I didn't realize there were shields there. Thanks, Anakin.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Buzz droids. Why are you explaining the plot?
I love it so much, but I hate it.
I will do a flip.
I will do a flip.
That's a good trick.
And did you know it wasn't even written in the script, the do it. He was just telling Hayden Christensen, yeah, you're supposed to have a line, do it.
Really?
No! Are you serious? You believe something?
Yeah.
No.
Believe something.
Just do it! Your line!
You're convincing sometimes.
Continue the scene! Do it! Do it! Oh, man.
That was the best thing ever.
Do it. Do it. That is a brutal. See, that's the one person in all of Star Wars that like I like to hate because but he's so smart that it makes sense. It's not even that he's just a terrible person. He's doing it for memes. He thinks what he's doing is great for the galaxy. And that we've gone back and forth.
Oh, I tried to explain that and you shit on me every time.
No, he's evil.
But he thinks he's doing the better good of the galaxy.
That's always the best. That's always the best villain. Is the villain that thinks they are absolutely correct in their worldview. Yeah.
Well, that it makes sense. Like, of course, the Jedi are evil.
Right.
Taking over. Yeah.
From a certain point of view.
Dude, when did you change your certain point of view? Because you used to yell at me about that all the time.
He is evil. He's not a Hitler, where Hitler thought he was doing. I know I'm just taking my own shit back, but. I don't know. While I think he was pure evil, it still makes sense in the grand scheme of things. Like, he wants more power. He's evil. Well, to get more power, we got to get rid of the Jedi.
Possibly. I think it's possible that he was like, Jedi are fucking things up. We need to change this. And the only way to do it is for me to initiate this entire, 30-year plan.
You know what's really weird? Is the fact that he thought that that's what it would take. Do you never think that the Emperor was ever pulled to the light where if I just don't kill everybody, we all would have peace and I could just kind of be the Chancellor and be the most important person in the galaxy?
Well, to that point, and Greedo chime in on this too, but I want to know what was happening since Bane up until Palpatine. Like, what have the Sith been trying to do? Have they tried to take over a few times and it didn't work?
Failed.
And Palpatine's like, okay, if we're going to do this, we got to do it grand scale to make it work.
Well, that was partly in the Plagueis book, because Plagueis knew Plagueis knew he couldn't be the face of anything, because he wasn't human.
Wrestling.
Have you guys read Thrawn, the newest one?
I
have not.
No.
Yeah. Okay.
Why? Say something.
You can spoil it.
I'm debating if I like the character of Thrawn, and I fucking hate that. I don't know if I like Thrawn as a character.
So I'm getting through the first one on audiobook. Yeah. And it's a long, drawn out book. Yeah. To me. He's not as interesting as a lot of people make him out to be.
Right.
No, he's not. Are you talking about Heir to the Empire, the older one?
No, I'm talking about there's two. There's two of them now.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. So you're talking about
the first newer one. Yeah. And
I like it, but I don't know if I like him as a character. He reminds me of Murder on the Orient Express. Have you seen that? Or
no, but I want to.
Yeah, it's like there's a detective who just walks into a room and he just fucking knows everything without even looking at shit. He's so good at what he does, and he just cool. He's just like a shallow character, and to me, Thrawn is just like that detective. He just the writer wrote him really awesome.
The thing that kills it for me is like in Rebels, like.
I've only seen the first season.
And this isn't spoiling anything, but like he can be as smart and manipulative as ever. The smartest, best written character of all time. And he still loses to the Rebels. It doesn't matter how
is that
well
an issue with him or the Rebels?
Both. With Filoni in the thing, I think. I just don't like that they always win no matter what. But yeah, like Thrawn can be, he thought the entire plan out from A to almost Z. And then randomly the Rebels would be like, oh, well, the show's about us. We can't die.
Well, that's kind of the Tarkin effect. Like, Tarkin was on top of it, and I would actually prefer Tarkin running my shit over like a Thrawn, especially the new Thrawn.
Yeah.
And Tarkin gets fucked. He takes over. He fucks his own people over and takes so much power. Has this Death Star.
He's number 3, basically.
Yeah, and then oops.
Whoops. Some farm kid got lucky.
Scavenger.
Evacuate in a moment of triumph.
I wonder if they ever see bits of the future that are irrelevant. Like Luke wakes up on Tatooine in a cold sweat, sucking a whale tit. Like, what the fuck? What is he talking about? Why does it all have to be very relevant stuff? My mom dies, and there was tits somewhere. What?
Got food poisoning from the cantina and had diarrhea.
Food poisoning. Like, it's gonna be a very long week.
That's your Force vision today, Luke.
He said chicken wings. Ooh, that sounds good. I'll have that. I saw it in my dream last night.
Oh my gosh.
It was written in the script. So outside of Star Wars, well, actually, let's Solo. What were your thoughts on Solo?
Overall, I enjoyed it. It was just a fun adventure flick. My biggest problem with it was, well, my favorite parts of the film were the very beginning with like them just kind of boosting speeders and it was only the first like 20 minutes, right? And then to me, it kind of felt like a checklist after that. Things that we all could have predicted were in the movie that I didn't really particularly want or need to see, like meeting Chewbacca, meeting Lando, playing Sabacc, saying some catchphrases, doing the Kessel Run. It just kind of felt like the first Star Wars movie that was made from a book. You know what I mean? Like,
I hear you. I felt like it tried to meet everybody's expectations of the movie, just to do it.
So my counterpoint to that is that I understand that criticism, but I feel like as it was doing all of those things, it did kind of carve its own path.
Sure. Oh yeah, totally. And the things that I'm bitching about, they were fun and they were really well done.
Yeah, for sure.
So it's just kind of me. Yeah, I don't know.
It added to characters. Yeah. It added to characters that
helmet's a little too tight. It's cutting off your circulation.
Let's see it. Yeah.
It added characters. What were you gonna say?
Bad motivator. It added to characters that not necessarily needed to be added to, and that's not a bad thing. Like, we found out a lot more about Han Solo, and the fact that his last name isn't Solo, and the fact that Lando talks a lot of shit. And here we go. You didn't like that?
No, the name thing.
I loved it.
Oh God,
it has way bigger implications than just Han.
I loved it because it's like, you are nobody. No one cares about you. You are scum. Like, who? You don't even have a last name. You don't even have a people.
Yeah, so there's going to be like a Jeremy Solo and a Tom Solo and everybody that's like a derelict.
Michael Duet, and
Ramsay Snow, Jon Snow.
Yeah, see? Yeah. I like it. I thought it was interesting.
I'm for it.
I didn't think it hurt him, but as a character, I thought it added a little bit that everybody knows Han Solo, the war hero, the general, the smuggler, but no one knows the piece of shit that he grew up as.
Right.
Yeah. Well, yeah, that's kind of, I wish the whole movie was kind of like just on Corellia with Proxima, and that, almost like Han Solo, the young teenage kid with all these other criminal kids looking up to him, like Rufio and Hook. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I would have loved that.
It's very well put.
If they had planned that from the beginning to be a trilogy about Solo, it could have worked. Yeah, that'd be interesting. Yeah.
I also like that when they finally get Han and Chewie together, while he saved him, it wasn't like Chewie owed him a life debt or something like that. It was more like, okay, we got out. What's the best way out of here? I'll just follow this guy. He seems to have something set up. Because if I go that way, they'll probably just entrap me again and throw me back down in the fucking pit. So it wasn't even like an honor system. It was more of, this is the best route for me to get out. And then they kind of grew from there. And I thought that was awesome. Like I said,
that's why I kind of like that it's not spoken.
Yeah.
Because it could have been, he follows Han because it's advantageous. And once they get on Kessel, he sees Han like say, if you need to go help your Wookiee friends, like, do that, please. Yeah. And then he realizes like Han's a good guy. He wants to stick with him.
Yeah, and obviously the skill as a co-pilot. Or Kira was like, oh yeah, the button's here, and he's like, bitch, get the fuck out of the way. Click, boop, beep, done.
Bitch, you got it in reverse. What are you doing?
You got it in reverse. We're going the wrong way. Octopi over here is gonna fuck us up. Also, I don't know how ignorant I am. I didn't realize the front bit between the forks was the escape pod.
Yeah, you said that in the group chat. I was like, what are you doing?
I don't know why. It was just all that stuff happened so fast. I thought at one point that the octopus maw thing smacked the front of it and that knocked that stuff off.
Oh no, he ejected it to make that thing chase it.
Yeah.
And get the fuck away.
I don't know, but because I was wondering throughout the movie, when does that piece get?
How many standard IPAs do you have before you saw the movie?
One. One.
18% one.
18%.
What's been y'all's favorite movie out of the 4 in the Disney era?
Force Awakens.
Yeah.
Rogue One.
I think still Force Awakens for me. Yeah, Solo is right up there.
I like Rogue One better than Solo.
I think Force Awakens for me as well. Yeah. It's also, you know, the exterior world of it kind of comes into play, the hype and all that, you know, just the buildup of that fucking movie for me was just, I don't think it'll ever be close to that again, personally.
Well, we were talking about how important the vibe in the theater is when you see the movie for the first time. For us, for Force Awakens, everybody was geeked. And then for Last Jedi, it kind of felt like people were just going in to see another movie, so it didn't have as much of an impact that very first viewing.
Yeah.
But like Force Awakens, like, yeah, it's a 10-year build-up. Like, it's
I mean, it's the same thing with the prequels, you know. Everybody's the same way with The Phantom Menace and then Attack of the Clones. So box office, historically, kind of shows that, too. It's kind of a drop-off. But
people care less. Like, it's...
Even if it's a better film, technically, like, it's just never going to be as big as that weight.
Yeah, oh yeah. Absolutely.
Maybe that's what Bob Iger's thinking about right now.
I think so. I kind of hope so. I miss the kind of like
speciality about it.
Yeah, the weight, the build up. It was, as you know, building up to a Star Wars movie is as fun as almost going to see the theater, you know.
Well, maybe that supports their every other year thing, like the build up and the theories and what could happen. I mean, that's a large part of the lore that surrounds Star Wars.
I think they have an opportunity though for everything not to be intertwined, and I can have one timeline of movies that is every other year or every 2 years.
Sure.
And I can follow that and get extra excited about that because it's continuing in with such gaps in between.
I have the answer.
What's the answer?
Let's make fucking Star Wars games in between.
Oh, almost
the
like
movies.
Oh, wow. That's so
we could
innovative.
Still have content.
I don't think they've ever done that before.
And it didn't work. It never worked.
No wonder they haven't thought about it yet. Yeah. I think the streaming service is going to change a lot. Like Bob Iger can say we're slowing down all they want, but as soon as the streaming service is out, I guarantee there's going to be a crazy amount of content.
There's going to be a lot of expectation with that.
Mark my words.
Who's Mark?
I mean, direct to streaming service movies, even, you know. Never know.
It also pisses me off that we have to have a streaming service with.
I fucking know, man. I'm just like, I'm not going to pay for CBS All Access just to watch Star Trek.
See?
I'm not going to fucking do that.
Yeah, but that's Star Trek. We're talking about Star Wars.
They should have somehow worked with like Netflix or HBO. So they do HBO.
That's not how
Go
Disney
thing.
does it though, dude.
Well, I don't know.
Think about all the opportunities that we're gonna have for Marvel stuff too on the streaming service.
I'm telling you right now, I'm not gonna pay for the streaming service.
You are.
No, I'm.
Yes, you are. I guarantee you are.
I'm gonna watch the content.
There's a brand new Star Wars. You're gonna get it.
If they start releasing actual films on this, low budget films like we were talking about,
budget,
I would be fine with that.
That's what's gonna happen.
It has to have a huge ramp up. Netflix is worth it with all the shit they're pumping out and all the stuff that's available. It's completely worth it. But if you're gonna put Rebels,
kind of model though.
If you're just gonna put Rebels up there and then Forces of Destiny and
there's a different kind of model. Like Netflix is throwing they have a Netflix original for every single genre that ever could be. So they're attracting like everybody across the board. Disney is like, this is the Disney shit. Beauty and the Beast is available for 2 months. Then Aladdin's available for 2 months.
Right.
They cycle through the Star Wars stuff. Like it's gonna be. But I have high hopes for it.
Yeah, we'll see. Are all of the Star Wars films going to be pulled off all of the other streaming services?
Yes, they will.
Eventually, I'm sure. I'm sure there's some contractual obligation that they have to abide by. But yeah, I'm sure eventually.
Yeah, I heard in an article, could be clickbait, who knows, that Infinity War is the last Marvel movie and Solo is the last Star Wars movie to be on Netflix.
Oh, okay.
Because they're getting ready for this streaming service thing.
And when's the release of this stuff?
I believe holiday next year, so like right around the time of episode 9.
Doesn't that suck that we've waited? It's been what, 5 months since Solo, and we still have over a year to go.
Fuck.
I like it. Not gonna lie, I like it.
We were just talking about it, but it is kind of like, I just want to see it.
They primed us for a second, though.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, yeah, every December, get ready. Oh, fuck. Yeah. Wait a second.
Shit. Are you guys excited for the Disney World thingamajig?
I don't know what you're talking about.
That's Star Wars World. I don't know. I don't remember what it's called.
Oh,
Star Wars.
Yeah.
Galaxy's Edge. Yes.
Galaxy's Edge. That's it. Yeah.
I haven't heard too much. The only thing that I've heard about it is that it's going to be based around the idea of like a new planet. Mm-hmm. So it's going to be themed like it's a brand new planet that we've never seen before, and that if you stay in the Star Wars hotel, like you get assigned like a part in a story, like a character or something like that.
Oh, that's cool.
But other than that, I don't think I really know that much about it.
It's
going to be fucking Star Wars.
Your storyline is Greedo. Go over there and get shot. All right. Well,
what if that what it was? Every day you wake up, morning coffee, 9:30 a.m. You got to go to the canteen and get blown away.
Get blown away.
Every day. That's your role.
That's cool.
Yeah,
so getting back to the possibility of a sequel to Solo. I think they could do it in a specific way. Not that it needs to be Solo 2 or continued Solo adventures. If they did some what's the Crimson Dawn? If they did like a Crimson Dawn film that led Kira, Maul, and then maybe Solo's in it a little bit. He gets intertwined with a little bit of it.
That's what I'm talking about.
That's what I'm fucking talking about.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
That's what we're talking about.
That's what Greedo's talking about. That'd be awesome.
No.
The crime syndicate thing is like a huge ad for me in Star Wars.
It is because it's I like the low level stuff, the groundwork, the dirty, grungy, the everyday people. Yeah, the motherfuckers.
That's what I think of when I think of Star Wars. Like I don't think of Jedi and Sith and all that. I think of like the underworld. That's what I think of. The cantina. That's kind of what I think of.
Yeah, it's very true, and it's because that's the people that run. Like, okay, the Jedi are high level. There's a Republic. They run stuff, but if the people don't want them to run stuff, the people can change it. Just like society today. If we wanted to change shit, we could change it tomorrow if we wanted to. So I like seeing the underground. Stop it.
Tomorrow.
I'm busy until 3:30.
Revolution.
Revolution. Can we delay the revolution?
I know what you're talking about though. Like the first parts of games like KOTOR and Jedi Knight, where it's all blasters and you're in the midst of an underworld or like some corrupt city or something like that. Like it immerses you in the Star Wars universe, but it doesn't have to be mystical, Jedi, laser swords, things like that. I like that a lot.
Feasible.
Like as much as we complain about Terrace at the beginning part of KOTOR, like the vibe and the energy on Terrace, I love.
Yeah. There's like obvious oppression. There's obvious class disputes because there's the underworld or underground. And there's like obvious issues too. Like there's a sickness going around that people are dying and turning into these rat ghouls. Yeah. Like that's for how dumb it sounds. It's like there's issues in society.
Yeah, very specific stuff that only affects that thing that you're only going to play for an hour and a half of the game, and that's it. Yeah.
No, it's cool.
It's awesome.
So outside of Star Wars, what do we got, Greedo?
I'm big into photography, astronomy, space exploration. Big Star Trek: The Next Generation fan. What else? Got a baby. That's pretty much my life, man.
Star Trek, telescopes, and children.
I don't have a child. I just got a baby.
I found one.
It's a scavenger.
But yeah. That's pretty much what I'm into.
Have you seen? We mentioned it. I think before we started streaming the new Joker teaser.
No, I haven't. I've seen some people post like stills on Twitter of it, but I haven't watched it yet.
Baby, it's so simple. Pretty much nothing happens, which is perfect.
It's like a very gradual close, not even a close up, but like a gradual zoom in from Joaquin Phoenix just standing in front of a black wall or whatever, just gradually on his face, and he's like having flashbacks, like thinking about things. And you see like very quick glimpses of like the Joker in full makeup, like it's being crazy or attacking somebody or something.
It's almost like he's standing there, and how they did it was they had like a projector and they were showing a film.
Yeah.
And it would like flash onto him, but it was like a Joker, a clown face that would flash onto his face.
Okay, I'll have to watch this.
It would flash every couple seconds.
Yeah, when they announced Joaquin Phoenix was going to be the Joker, I thought it was fucking awesome.
Oh yeah,
I saw people bitching about it. I'm like, what the fuck? I remember people bitching about Heath Ledger getting cast as the Joker.
Dude,
that ended up being fucking awesome.
Yeah, exactly. I have no basically no reaction to casting announcements.
Yeah, me either.
Like, what are you gonna do until you fucking see the character on screen? It doesn't matter who. What are you gonna say about it?
It's I have my mind made up before the film even comes out.
He doesn't look like the Joker.
He's not my Joker.
I trust the casting. I trust the casting department. I do not trust the fucking internet mob.
Fuck the internet, dude.
No, and then right at the end,
I'm so sick of it.
At the end of the teaser, it flashes again, and then he's in full makeup, and he's smiling, kind of a weird, awkward smile, and then like at the last half second, he stops smiling and he just stares, and it's like, oh, yes, that's what it is. I'm really happy. Nice. You want to hear about it? You fuck, and then just done. I love it.
Nice.
Alex said there is a new clip from the actual set on YouTube.
Okay.
I'll have to look that up after we're done.
Yeah, we don't do shit live here because we're
nothing's live. No.
Low budget. Like
we recorded this last week.
We recorded this. Oh man.
Which one is this? One of your houses?
This is my office / studio.
Oh, nice. Okay, cool.
So beautify at the posters in the background.
Pissed.
It looks sharp.
Yeah, I was seeing tweets and stuff of you as you were setting up your new office. I was very envious. It looks really cool. Very minimalistic. I like it.
Yeah, I had so much shit, just so much. I don't know, not coordinated whatsoever, and I just ripped it down, painted the walls.
Yeah, I feel like that's gonna happen at some point. I'm gonna get sick of this.
It's a cool background. It definitely fits. I like it.
I like it for now. We'll see.
Yeah,
I changed my mind a lot.
We gotta get Gal Gadot. She's got to be bigger and more.
She needs to be more prominent.
Maybe a full size thing. That'd be great. She's she's an actual goddess. No one realizes that.
No, she is.
She is brought from something else. She's a cut of that meat, man. Woo! She got it. Wonder Woman, yeah. You don't think so?
What podcast are we on right now?
She's high on the priority list there. I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about.
You're picking up on the fucking Rodney Dangerfield quotes right now.
That's hilarious.
High on the priority list.
For what?
Man.
That's hilarious.
Well, Greedo, man, we want to be respectful of your time. I know
you have a baby.
You have a Padawan in the mix.
Yeah. I got a little one. My wife's probably feeding her, probably about to put her to bed. So
we'll let you get back to that. But we really appreciate you coming on.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Thanks for having me. This was fun.
I'll
have more beers next time.
Oh yeah, thanks for accepting. We had no idea.
Maybe next time we could do it on a Saturday or something and really roll the dice.
That'd be awesome. I'll have some whiskey if we do it on a Saturday.
Hell yeah, there we go.
Okay, we'll start at 9 a.m. then.
Whiskey
Perfect.
There we go. I'll have some more. Yeah.
All day we'll do a 24-hour live stream. Yeah. Obviously, everybody probably knows where you are on YouTube, but is there any new projects or anything that you want to shout out or promote before we?
Not really, man. Yeah, just kind of just going with the flow at the moment. Not really starting anything new. Just trying to find time to stream and make some videos. But yeah. So not really. Just
do you do anything outside of the Star Wars stuff?
Yeah. I do freelance photography, freelance graphic design. I like having a lot of projects going on. But
nice.
And I like doing my own shit. I don't want to work for anybody. That's pretty much it.
There you go.
Boom. There we go.
Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah. Cool. Well, thanks. Everybody go check him out. Watch his videos. Watch him hate on the prequels. Watch him shit on Star Wars fans. I love it.
I'm a lot different nowadays than those old videos.
You're very reasonable. I appreciate that.
Yeah. Thank you, man.
Yeah, there's something to say that you can not like a film and not be a hater.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You can appreciate okay, there's parts of this that are shit, but it's still a Star Wars film. I'm still watching it and buying it. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
Totally.
Yeah. So 100%.
All right, now we're gonna have people itching for a 24-hour live stream. So
I know
that's
it's gonna
probably
be
a bad idea.
like a Truman Show shit where I don't even know I'm being filmed throughout the day. It's just a piece of my life.
All right, man. Well, thanks again. Appreciate it.
Yeah, I appreciate it, guys.
Thanks everybody for tuning in. Episode 161.
161. Thank you, guys.
Boom.
Check you later.
Nice.
All right, we are done recording, man.
Sweet.
That was fun.
Deal.
That was fun.
Yeah, thanks for having me on, guys. I wish I would have brought more beer with me into the cave, but
no, it's all good, man.
No, it's awesome. I think you mesh well with our style. A lot of people come on and they're timid and they don't know what to say, and you just jump right in, which is perfect. But that's what we expect, so it's good.
Yeah, I try it. Yeah, I'll jump in more next time. I just don't want to. I have a tendency to hear podcasts that talk over one another. You guys don't do that though, but it is kind of with multiple people, it can kind of get dicey.
Oh yeah, real quick.
Yeah.
But that's like we're having you on to talk.
Oh yeah.
No, you did jump in.
You did jump in.
Some people are like very like scared.
I'm gonna click this. Raise hand. Okay. Well, that's dinky as fuck. It just does that.
Raise your hand.
Yeah. Do you see my hand raised in this?
Nope.
Zoom thing.
Oh,
I do now. I'm lowering your hand.
You can raise and lower your hand.
Yeah.
like if you have a question or something, maybe.
It's like for like a big if there's like 20 people on a call, everybody's muted unless you know, raise your hand and shit. I think it's mainly for like businesses, like they do conference calls and stuff.
Yep.
Okay, that makes sense.
That's actually what I use this for. I use Zoom a lot for business calls.
Yeah, it's sweet.
Oh, nice.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. All right. Well, get back to your baby.
All right.
Is that you got a son or a daughter?
Daughter. Yep.
Nice.
5 months old.
5 months.
5 months.
Damn.
Jesus, you're busy.
Yeah. You guys have kids?
No.
Nope.
No.
Not yet.
Not yet.
Yeah. It's crazy.
I haven't found my baby yet. Gotta find one.
He's out there somewhere.
Somewhere. Scavenging.
Got to make sure you like Star Wars before I accept him into my family first.
Exactly.
Go to an
Fill out
adoption
this-
agency. Like, how many Star Wars movies have you seen?
Fill out this application. So, real quick. All right, man.
Stand next to the youth apparel department with all the Star Wars t-shirts.
And scout.
Exactly.
Get kicked out of that Kohl's real quick.
Yep.
All right, man.
Guys. Take it easy.
Thanks,
We'll
man.
talk to you later. Thanks.
Thanks.
Guys, HELLOGREEDO is not cool and he's not chill and I don't like him.
I actually prefer the